people with sleep deprivation. It affects their job, their home life. At Room to Room, we want to take the guesswork out of buying a mattress, and that's why we brought in this technology. It shows you what you need. We want to do the assessment and find exactly what's perfect for you.
Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Well, welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I'm meteorologist Caleb Edelblut here in the Room to Room Weather Center, and it has been a beautiful Saturday. I know I was explaining in the 6 o'clock. I'm so glad to finally be here explaining a great forecast for our weekend ahead. This isn't hot and dry conditions like it has been the past 2 weekends, but more of dry conditions, but beautiful, not muggy, not humid, not like we're choking on all that moisture. It's been a very pleasant, seasonable weekend, and we're going to continue seeing those conditions moving ahead into our work week as well. So just wanted to track out what to expect for our Sunday and into the work week as well. So the amazing weekend continues. These conditions have been amazing, and it's not only for our Sunday, but they're going to get even better into our Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, practically into the next weekend when y'all see me. So it's just going to be an amazing forecast ahead. We're staying dry and happy. I know the past few weeks, it's dry season. We don't like being dry, especially for our crops and plants, but at least we're not really craving those rain chances just because of the hot weather. We're finally in those seasonable temperatures, kind of almost approaching those false fall allegations. I'm not going there yet, but we're getting there. So definitely staying happy. And then also, how long do these conditions last? I know I kind of mentioned that goes into the rest of our work week. So just what to expect and when to expect it. That's what we're going to be breaking down here in the Room to Room Weather Center. But looking across North Mississippi, you can see out here, Addison, 73 degrees, but feels like 68. So for those out that want to do y'all Saturday evening plans before Sunday morning, I mean, beautiful conditions outside, clear conditions as well. So even if it's just going out, laying down and just watching the stars, perfect night to do so. No wind right now, but you don't really need a breeze to cool you off with those perfect conditions, feeling like 68 out there. And we can continue that trend. Out in Greenville, 73. Feels like 73. I know Greenville is one of the cities I point out on the map all the time just because y'all keep coming in with those hot values, but it's beautiful. Right here, 3 miles per hour winds coming out of the north. We're going to continue seeing that trend across most of North Mississippi just with that constant supply of dry air being put into North Mississippi due to that cold front moving through the area. You can see out here in Kosciuszko, 73 feels like 70. So I can still see some people driving out, enjoying their Saturday evening plans. It's just been a beautiful weekend so far, and we just love to see it. But looking at temperatures on the broadened scale across all of North Mississippi, I mean, low 80s. I can't even do a trend. You see low 80s right here, 81 Houston and Bruce. Then we can get mid 70s, 75 Amory, 78 Hamilton, Red Bay. But then I'm seeing low 70s, 73 Starkville, Louisville, 71 Tunica. So kind of all over the board, but the trend is that we're cool and we're feeling happy outside. So definitely some calm conditions. Heat indices are more important in my opinion. That's what we really feel out there. Not much of a difference. So we're showing that even when the sun's down, I know past weekend we would still be pushing, upper 80s, even low 90s, depending on the broadcast time, but finally still chilling in the low 80s, upper 70s as well. So just, Tunica coming in at 68, perfect conditions outside. So something we definitely love to see here in North Mississippi. But tracking this out for the first 12, you can see almost a copy and paste, pretty calm conditions overnight, starting off around 75 degrees, kind of once we're wrapping up this broadcast and heading on to bed, 75 degrees, pushing into the low 70s, 5 a.m., 70 degrees. So for any of those that wake up early for your Sunday morning church commute, perfect conditions are in store for you. And then by the time we make our way throughout the day, slowly building back into that temperature, but still, it's not into those mid to upper 90s where we will get in the 90s, but it'll be low 90s and it'll actually feel like low 90s for once. So still not that bad and something I know we can all handle. But look at the Mississippi Live weather radar. Nothing's going on. I'm even kind of covering up most of the action. Most of the action is across the state line in Birmingham. You can even see that an a flash flood warning was actually advised earlier that will expire close to the time this broadcast will end. But most of the rainfall is out there in Alabama. We can put a loop on this. I couldn't get it on the 6 o'clock. Let's see if we can go past 6 hours. We can. Perfect. Even though technically we've gone another 4 hours since that, so I don't know how much it does, but still shows how dry we've been. I mean, there's nothing going on in North Mississippi, but still, like I mentioned earlier, we're not really craving that rainfall just because of how beautiful these conditions are. So not much to analyze here, just showcasing how dry we are. Now this is what I've been looking forward to talking about all week. I've been tracking it up here with Matt and Gabe. And this cold front is finally making its way in North Mississippi. You can see that low out there towards the southern portion of the state out in South Mississippi, almost crossing Louisiana. And so what this is doing, we'll get a little crafty tonight because why not? This low pressure system, it'll spin counterclockwise, right? So it's bringing in all this moisture from the Gulf. And that's why you can see most of our rain chances kind of in the southern portion of Mississippi and Alabama. And what it's doing is it's actually wrapping around and kind of colliding with this cold front as well. And so that's where you kind of see your best chances of rainfall once that moisture really hits that cold front, providing those lift for those showers. So you can see North Mississippi, we're kind of circled, ignore that. It's not supposed to go that far. We're focusing on those rain showers. But we're staying dry. That cold front is bringing in constant amount of continental dry air, allowing for these cooler, more seasonable conditions overnight. And it's just something we love to see. But tracking this out on Futurecast, we can see what's going on with that low pressure system. It's going to keep moving its way down south, keeping those rain chances south with it. And that cold front, I mean, just doing the Lord's work, bringing in those cooler temperatures, drier air as well. You're through all models tonight, you're just going to see those wind barbs or arrows constantly come in from the north and just bring in that continental dry air. So that means no moisture, no humidity, no mugginess. It's perfect. Cold front continues pushing through Sunday morning. You can see that low kind of fades on out, but those rain chances still lingering down in the Gulf Coast. And you can see wind really starts to pick up tomorrow morning. It's not going to be super breezy or feel like a windstorm's going on, but just still showing that continental dry air pushing its way in the area. And that cold front kind of lingers, still giving us all the benefits of that cold front into our Sunday, just allowing us to enjoy the conditions. Now, forecasted rainfall for tomorrow, we're staying dry. I know some models later in this broadcast might show some showers trying to pop up in the area, but it's fighting an uphill battle. So I'm setting expectations, but also go outside, enjoy y'all's afternoon plans, enjoy y'all's Sunday evening plans. It's going to be perfect outside. No really forecast rainfall. We can't rule out a spotty shower or two, but still it's fighting an uphill battle. And we can see this on the next 24, just showing you what your day is going to look like tomorrow. Starting off low 70s, some pushing upper 60s as you walk out of the door for your Sunday morning church commute, hitting 79, almost 80 by the time we make it to church. And then just a beautiful afternoon in store for us. Not much cloud cover, but again, not really something that we're expecting and really craving as we continue into our Sunday. So beautiful conditions will be the trend for the next 24 hours and honestly pretty much the next 48 hours until we see heightened rain chances later. But I'm going to go into more detail on that in the next 60 seconds. When can we see those rain chances? How much will it be? And who will it all affect? I'll cover all of that coming up here, 60 seconds at Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
For more than 100 years, First Choice Bank has provided dedicated community banking to North Mississippi. The banking products and services you need when you need them. At First Choice, you're our priority. Make First Choice your choice for banking.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. We knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Lawpon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Lawpon has proven himself trustworthy.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Well, welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I know for those that paid attention during the 6 o'clock, 60-second break did not work correctly. This time we got the full 60 seconds, so y'all were able to get a break, enjoy y'all's little downtime before coming back and witnessing these great Weather Watcher pictures. This was Weather Watcher Carolyn out in Saltillo, showcasing a beautiful sunset because, that's all we got going on right now. Not much action to take pictures of, but still, when you see a sunset like this, you can't pass it up. So thank you for Carolyn sending this in. And we I know there's not much going on, but y'all send in pictures of what y'all are doing tomorrow. Any afternoon plans, any outdoor events. We love getting these Weather Watcher pictures sent in by y'all. We love the community, and I just love hanging out and listening to all y'all. I was reading the chat earlier. I think y'all are just as excited as I am for these cooler temperatures. So definitely something we are going to continue to track out and just can't wait to look forward to. But look at Caledonia, you can see 82 degrees. There's a little bit more of the mugginess out here in Caledonia. Feels like 86, but still 86 is not bad. It's definitely more bearable. Still maybe some clouds in the sky, but staying pretty clear as we continue into those overnight hours. Not much wind going on right now. Just still staying along that calm trend. Out here in Pontotoc, showing 81 degrees, feels like 82, and there you go. There's that northerly wind component coming in almost around 10 miles per hour, so still a little breezy, just pumping in that continental dry air as we continue into the evening. But also Smithville, 80 degrees, feels like 82, dew point around 67, but there it is. Northerly wind again, just showing that dry air continuing to pretty much get pumped into North Mississippi, and something we are not complaining about. You can see that trend basically continues in our overnight planner, just showing that northerly wind component and those temperatures cooling off as we get towards the low 70s by the time we get ready to walk out of the door. And we can track that out here on Futurecast. Now here are those rain showers. It's been aggressive all day, showing some rain showers in North Mississippi, but it's just been a little misplaced and a little off time. So not really trusting this model run, but still, I mean, I know we're never going to turn down some rain chances. I don't agree with this. It still shows some rain showers. I pause it to where I agree with. There we go. This is what I'm expecting, and this is what I'm expecting pretty much overnight, the entire night. Not really any rain showers. I know we'd love to get a pop-up shower, not ruling it out, but still those 10% chances, but we're pretty much staying dry. And you can see most of North Mississippi continues to stay dry, not even much moisture providing in cloud cover as we head into those overnight hours. Maybe some showers popping up around Iuka for our Sunday morning commute, but other than that, we're staying cool. You can see low temperatures. Is it wrong for me to say cool? I don't know yet, and that's what I'm trying to figure out, but this is cool. We're seeing upper 60s in August in Mississippi. It's still technically summer, getting closer to fall. It's beautiful. 70 in Starkville, upper 60s across the entire viewing area. I mean, Greenville, you're coming in at 70 degrees, something we love to see. And we can go back to Futurecast, pretty much just tracking out those dry conditions. I'm covering up most of the action. It's, of course, staying out in Alabama. Those are where we're going to see those rain chances, just along with that cold front continuing to push through the area. But North Mississippi, staying dry. And like I mentioned earlier, you're just seeing that constant wind direction coming in from the north, pumping in that continental dry air. So we're continuing to stay dry, but we're continuing to stay cool. I'm gonna continue saying it because it makes me feel like I'm cooler when I mention that word. But still dry as we get into our Sunday evening. High temperatures. Now I know this is why I feel like I can't say cool, because it still says 90s, but it doesn't feel like the upper 90s. These are low 90s, 92 Starkville, 91 Eupora, 94 Grenada, but heat indices. This is what we like to see. You're staying the exact same spot throughout the rest of your Sunday. So it's just going to be beautiful conditions that go into your Sunday and into the work week ahead. So I wanted to include this. I included this in the 6 o'clock. Like, go outside, enjoy the afternoon plans you'll have, because it is perfect conditions. I mean, whether you you're an early park goer before everybody gets there and before the sun really starts to rise, 70 degrees by 7 a.m. You want to go out lunchtime, 86 degrees. You want to go in the afternoon, 90. It's still not bad. So whenever the time you want to go out to the park, it'll be beautiful nonetheless. And I want to include this one too, because if you don't want to go to the park, boom, we got a fishing forecast. 89 degrees around 1 in the afternoon, 90 degrees at 3 o'clock, 89 by 5. So still beautiful conditions. Now, I'm not the expert at fishing, so maybe there's certain times you want to go fishing. I'd love to hear that in the comments so I can tweak the timing on this. But still, if you're an afternoon fisher, beautiful day ahead for your forecast. Now going back to Futurecast, showing you those dry conditions, still constant wind direction coming out of the north, and that's just going to continue into the next few days, but something that we're definitely enjoying. Calm, beautiful conditions overnight. No clouds in the sky. You can see some clouds really trying to build back into the afternoon, and this is where the model changed a little bit from the 6 o'clock. These rain chances weren't really arriving until closer towards that late in the evening, early morning hours into Tuesday, which is why we had that rain chance elevated for Tuesday and none for Monday. So rain chances really trying to make their way into North Mississippi, a little bit south of the Memphis area. I'm still not high on it, but it just has to fight a really uphill battle. I really think most of the moisture we're going to see is all this cloud cover across North Mississippi. But of course, like I mentioned earlier, we would definitely not turn down any rain chances. This is what we're going to pay attention to. Upper 80s for our highs for Monday. You can see lower 80s for some of our viewing area. 81, Red Bay and Iuka and Boonville. Mid upper 80s for everybody else in the viewing area. You can see 91 Greenwood. Greenville, you're still coming in at 93, but still we're cooler, we're more seasonable. Heat indices 89. So I'm telling you, we're fine. It's beautiful. Heat indices coming in just a little bit lower, just showing how dry and that there's not much mugginess and humidity in the atmosphere. But speaking of mugginess and humidity, of course, we have to pay attention to the tropics. You can see the satellite right here showing Fernand became a named storm today, so tropical storm status, and that's pretty much going to continue a northern track. It's almost kind of copying Aaron, just not as intense. And of course, there's another disturbance as well. But of course, we want to talk about Fernand first, kind of showing that track. It's almost just following Aaron. I think Aaron is almost dissipated by now, still very north of the United States and continuing that track. But Fernand, not really expecting much. If it becomes a hurricane, we're talking maybe Cat 1, if that. It's just going to continue getting away from those warmer waters and entering those cooler waters. Not much fuel out there for it. So definitely going to continue tracking that, but thankfully not affecting the United States at all. Now, this is a disturbance that we do want to track. It was 20% of development into like a tropical storm like Fernand for the next 48 hours and 7 days. Between the 6 and the 10, it's now 40% chance. So National Hurricane Center getting a little more confident. You can see trying to go that little horizontal path. We're going to continue monitoring that here at Mississippi Live Weather. I know that's something I'll continue monitoring into Sunday. And of course, Matt and Gabe will throughout your week. It's a long ways away if this develops and we don't know the intensity yet. So something a ways away. But for right now, beautiful conditions for North Mississippi. 92 degrees tomorrow, still in the low 90s, but we still feel like we're in the low 90s, not upper 90s. 86 degrees for Monday. Upper 70s for Tuesday. 30% chance of rain there, so still could get a little bit of best of both worlds with temperature and rain chances. But still, as we go into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, still just mid 80s, slowly trying to work our way back up. And so hopefully by Saturday, I know week 1 of college football will start then, so should be beautiful conditions. I know my uncle was in the comments earlier asking about that college football forecast. Should be beautiful, and on the off chance it rains, nothing wrong with enjoying it inside. But right now, we're staying dry and we're staying with seasonable temperatures. So I appreciate y'all tuning in, especially at this hour. We appreciate all the support, especially for y'all just sharing the app with all your family and loved ones. And y'all get to check all these weather facts out and models that we have on the app. And you can show you all the tropics on the latest info there, Futurecast, whether or not you want to plan your outdoor plans. When will it be dry? When could it rain? All those alerts just in the palm of your hand with that app. We appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving us. And of course, I'm going to be live here tonight, or not tonight, excuse me. I'll be live here tomorrow, Sunday, 6 and 10. Ignore the 5. It's still the weekend, thank goodness. So we will be live here tonight at 6 and 10 tomorrow. And for now, y'all just enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday evening and enjoy a beautiful Sunday ahead. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.